Hello, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome back to Eve Speaks. Guys, thank you so much for your patience with us and just tuning in and supporting us. I am so grateful for you guys. I'm your host, Carolyn McCraney Cook, and I'm just excited about this Monday motivation. July was our month of rest. It was our time to just have family time and enjoy everything before school, but I am just excited about today for Monday motivation. So let's jump right in with Monday motivation, where we are discussing appropriate selfishness. Yes, that's right. And I know it sounds like selfishness, Carolyn. That's not even you. I know. So let's give it a positive note. Appropriate self-love. Appropriate self-love. That's how we're going to twist it and think about it, right? Because sometimes it can sound like we're being negative with certain words. So I just want to put a spin on it and say appropriate self-love. And this is prioritizing yourself, putting you at the front of the line instead of on the back burner. So we all know that when we're traveling, the flight attendant gives us a layout of instructions in the event that something happens or something goes wrong. And one of the things that they do not neglect to ever mention is when that oxygen mask drops from down in front of you, to apply it to yourself first and then help others. And that's what we're talking about today, applying your oxygen mask first. You know, as I shared with you, July was our month of rest, our month of finding our purpose, our month of, just some fine tuning. We had made it to the 7th month of the year, and it was a month of pause, where you just stopped and you took in everything that you've done, because you're over halfway through the year, right? And so that's what we did here at Eve Speaks Podcast, my producer and I, and all of our staff that helped make this possible. We took the opportunity to have some appropriate self-love, where we just stopped for a moment in time. We evaluated what we've accomplished over the year, how far Eve Speaks has come, how far Mentor Entertainment has come, how far we've come collectively, what worked and what did not work, and we prioritized. We put our priorities in order, and we said, this is what we're going for in the rest of the year. This is how we're going to move forward. So we had to take that appropriate selfishness, where we had to come into ourselves and pull away from you guys, although we have missed you, and we're so glad to be back on the air, so glad to be back with you. We had to pull into ourselves and say, hey, this is what worked for us, and this is what did. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to maneuver. It's okay if you have not yet done so. That's why we're here today on Monday Motivation, to motivate you into taking that moment to pause and say, I need a moment to myself. I need to see what's working in my life and what's not working in my life. So we've taken a moment to apply our oxygen mask first. We've gotten oxygenated. It's like we've gotten a second wind, and we're bursting forth. Look, I'm a nurse. That's my profession. Outside of speaking, outside of Eve Speaks, outside of all the many other things that God has given me, He's also allowed me the capacity to be a nurse. And in that, sometimes there are events that calls for cardiopulmonary resuscitation, also known as CPR. But in the event my lungs have collapsed, I cannot perform CPR. In the event that I'm drowning with fluid on my lungs, I cannot perform CPR. Many of you have been drowning. Many of you your lungs are deflated, so to speak, and you do not have the oxygen, the capacity to breathe into anyone else. Stop and take the appropriate self-love, that appropriate selfishness, that appropriate time to say, I have to prioritize me. I have to put me first. I have to stop in a moment and re-expand my lungs. I have to stop in a moment and catch my breath and take in this time for me. I have to put my oxygen mask on first. I've got to get my second wind. So you have to take in that second wind before you can breathe on anyone else. Stop and catch your breath. It's much needed because so many times we can get so busy doing things that we're never accomplishing anything. So busy doing things that we're never accomplishing. We're never seeing the completion. We're never fully seeing the result, the end result of a thing. So I just want you guys to take that moment to stop so that you can complete something, so that you can see the end result. We don't want to be masters of incompletion, but we want to see end results in the many things that we're doing, right? And we want to help other people and see them get along the way. But if you're not moving or progressing yourself, later in life you may have regret. So stop for a moment. Take inventory. Look at yourself. See if you've checked off those boxes that you said in December that you would do this year. Things that you said that you wanted to accomplish for 2023. See where you are and take that appropriate look at yourself so that you can have the appropriate self-love. Prioritization is essential, and I'm recommending it, pushing it, encouraging it, and hope that you be empowered today to prioritize you. You matter. You are essential. You keep everything going for everybody else. You stretch beyond your capacity at times for everybody else. Today is your day to stop for you and to take in the appropriate amount of realization that, look, I need me first and foremost. I have to be here for me first and foremost. And that's what we're telling you to do today here at Eve Speaks. I want you to put yourself on an energy budget, right? What are you talking about, Carolyn? So you budget your finances. If you haven't, you should, because you want to know where your money is going. You want to see what you're expending or spending out of your finances. You budget your time. You have 24 hours in a day, and you know you're going to work 8 of them. Some of you are working 12 of them. Some of you are working 14, and then the other 10 you have family and other things that you're doing with that time. Well, I want you to place yourself on an energy budget. Hear me out. I have come to this point where I have to appropriately be selfish with my energy. This is how much energy I have for this assignment. This is how much energy I have for this task. A lot of times we are giving out our energy, just going, doing, and then we're exhausted. We are just completely depleted at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, because we have not prioritized ourselves. We have not appropriately placed ourselves on energy budgets. And I know there are tasks and assignments that God places before us, but He'll equip us. He'll equip us with the people that we need to delegate, to help us with the assignment. He'll equip us with the resources and the things that we need. He never gives us something that would burden us down or just completely weigh us down. No, God wants you to reserve your energy so that you can have the outcome, the desired outcome that He desires for whatever task He's placed before you. So today, for your Monday motivation, I want you to be encouraged, right? To prioritize yourself. I want you to be empowered, to have appropriate self-love for yourself, to say, you know what? I'm giving too much energy to this. This is depleting me, and I'm not giving enough to my spouse. I'm not giving enough to my kids. So I'm going to take back my energy and place it over here. My time, I'm going to monitor my finances better. Appropriate self-love is not spending on an emotion, right? It's not allowing something to control your emotions and deplete you of your energy. That appropriate self-love is prioritizing you and saying, I am only this one person. I am human. This is my capacity, that which I can work in. This is what I have the capabilities to do, and believing and having faith that all things are going to work together for your good, and you don't have to expend yourself completely to do it. You cannot continue to bandage gaping wounds. You cannot continue to bandage gaping wounds. Some of us are covering up things and just keep going, keep going. You're bleeding out, but you keep going. Hey, I've been there. This is why I can come to you and talk to you guys about it. Because I've had the moment of self-reflect, that moment in time where I had to stop and say, hey, you know what? You've got to deal right here. You've got to heal right here. It's appropriate for you to take this moment and be selfish and say, nope, I'm healing. I cannot give energy out because I need it. I need the proper healing for myself to be able to move forward in the things that I am supposed to do. I'm not going to allow my misery to bleed over onto someone else, or my mistakes, or anything that's not healed and whole, full, and complete to bleed over into anything that I'm doing. So I'm going to take that appropriate self-time, that appropriate self-love, and I am going to measure out what's in that reservoir. What can I allow to spill over? What do I have to give? And many of us may be fully depleted, and we just need that time to get full again. You know, we're not pouring from empty cups. We're allowing others that are around us to glean from our overflow. So we have to take that appropriate self-love, that moment of realization, to step back and pause from it all and say, hey, it's important that I prioritize me. It's important that I place myself on an energy budget, finance budget, time budget, and determine what do I have time for and what's not. What's for me and what's not. What's appropriate and what's inappropriate, and move accordingly. I promise you, you will not regret taking the time for you. You will not regret stopping and placing yourself on that energy budget and say, you know what, this battle, I have to allow it to stay right here. I've given it too much energy already. And I'm going to pray about it, and I'm going to place it in God's hands, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to pick it back up the moment I get off my knees or the moment I come out of my prayer closet. I'm going to leave it right here because I know that I have to prioritize my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health. And in prioritizing those things, this is something that I cannot deal with on today. So I'm here just motivating you. I'm here to encourage, empower, and to see you evolve in this winning season. Yes, it is your winning season. And you're going to win by having the appropriate self-love for yourself to say, hey, I need time for me. I have to steal away from me. Like I said, the month of July was a month for me to just stop, pause, no engagements, to rest, to spend time with family, to make those precious memories, to have time with my kids before school started back, and just to enjoy life, you know, and not just living to get to the next meeting, to get to the next trip, to get to the next thing, but to stop and actually enjoy it and see it. You know, we are living day to day, and sometimes we don't see it. How long have you spent in the mirror? How much time have you spent alone with yourself, reading a book, or just journaling, or writing, or getting your thoughts out, or sitting at the lake and just letting the wind blow on your face, just taking in those moments for self? I want you to acknowledge, you know, you matter. You are essential. Many people in your life may not understand your silence, but they can respect your service when you are pouring full, when you are giving from your heart, when you are doing things from a capacity where you are whole doing them. They may not understand your silence. They may not understand you pulling away. It's okay. You know it's beneficial. You know it's essential for you. And when they love you, they will respect it. They will respect that time that you are taking, because you have to replenish yourself. You have to be rejuvenated. And I just speak that even now, as you take that moment to pull back, to look at yourself, to evaluate things. Like I said, even last month, we evaluated the podcast. We saw what worked and what didn't work, how we were going to move forward, what were the next steps. And in that evaluation, we begin to see the vision and it's ever so bright and even bigger. So I'm just grateful for that moment to steal away, and you'll be grateful for that moment to steal away because you've endured so much. You've gone through so much. You've taken out time to help others. You've taken out time to build others. Now take that time to reflect on you and have appropriate selfishness, appropriate self-love. And prioritize yourself. Prioritize your time. My good friend Nikisha Tyson always says, no is a complete sentence. And I couldn't agree with her more. Now let me tell you, I have been a yes person. And I would even sometimes say yes tired, say yes sleepy, say yes exhausted, say yes depleted. But in my time alone, in that appropriate self-time, I have reevaluated my yes even. So reevaluate your yes, because as you're placing yourself on a time, finance, and energy budget, sometimes that no has to be the complete sentence where it's not followed by an explanation, or if you just are a compromise or stipulation, it's just a no. I don't have the time. You know, if you know that's your truest answer, you do not have the time or you do not have the energy, it's a no. Maybe you don't have the finances, it's a no. So allow yourself to budget yourself, your time, your energy, your finances, and see what is appropriate for you in this season. How are you going to move forward? This self-evaluation, this reflection, this taking this moment for yourself, it's only building a foundation for you to build on for the rest of the year. It's only reevaluating the ground in which you've already built on to know, is it sturdy enough? Do I need to go back to level 1 to build up to level 2 and get it adjusted right? Is my foundation shifting? Am I stable? My brother and I were talking about, how the temperatures change, climate's changing, things are shifting, the ground is shifting, and how the foundations of our home shift. And he had some people come out to evaluate his home and the foundation. They're, needless to say, long story short, I was unaware that there are people that can come and work on your foundation for your home, and your home's already built. It's like the foundation's laid, it's a done deal. No. So sometimes in life, we have to look at the foundation for our home, our bodies, our temples, and say, am I in a good place? I need to reevaluate, I need to work, I need to do some work. Let's start here. Let's get me together, and then I can build. And once you are able to build up on your foundation, then you may be able to help a neighbor, a sister or a brother or a friend. My brother was able to share that information with me because he had the foundation of his home evaluated. He had people to come out to service his property. So he took inventory of what was needed and he worked on it. That's all I'm telling you today for your moment. Apply your oxygen mask first, ensuring that your lungs are fully expanded before you provide CPR to help someone else, ensuring your cup is brimming over before you are pouring onto someone else, making sure that you are financially sound and stable and you're able to take care of the things needed. I share with my daughter all the time, do not pay for what you want and beg for what you need, right? So prioritize those finances. Make sure your budget is solid. Plan for the unexpected, and that way in the event that it does happen, you place something aside and you have a reserve to tap into, that you're not going into that budget that you have for savings, right? So I just wanted you guys to be encouraged on today. Place yourself on an energy budget and know it's okay to appropriately be selfish with you and say, I have energy for me today, but nothing else. I can't take phone calls about, issues today because I'm dealing with some things myself, and I'm appropriately handling these things that in the event you need me, I'm able to move forward and help someone else. So prioritize you, because you are essential and you are needed for all the things that you're already doing. Now, I'm not saying stop everything that you're doing, and no, but take that necessary time for yourself to evaluate you and make sure you are okay. And in the event that you see that I'm not okay, it's okay to not be okay. But take the necessary measures to get to that okay place, to get to that comfortable spot where it's like, okay, now I'm better. Pour into you. I share with Jaden and Cassidy, what you feed will grow. So if you're not nurturing an area in your life, you can see it, you'll know it, you'll feel it, the impact of it. So what you nurture will grow. If you nurture the flesh will overtake the spirit. If you nurture the spirit, then you will be growing spiritually. So I just want you guys to take inventory. I am elated to be back on air with you guys. I am enjoying this new season, this winning season. I'm looking forward to the growth, looking forward to flourishing, and I'm looking forward to you guys evolving as well. That is one of the greatest things I always look forward to. Yes, I look forward to empowering you and encouraging you, but the results is what brings me so much joy. So please feel free to send us your comments on this video. You can always email us at evespeaks@outlook.com and let us hear your feedback. Let us know your thoughts. Tell me how you're evolving. Tell me how that appropriate selfishness worked for you, how you took time to reflect and you took a day at the lake just to feel the wind breeze across the water and take it all in, and you were refreshed by it. Tell me how your journaling is going, how you're growing from this. Like our videos, subscribe to our videos, share on any platform that you can find us on. Just share with us about your experiences, because we look forward to hearing from you guys. There's so much more in store from Eve Speaks, and we want to share with you, but we also want you to share with us as well. I will not neglect to mention that Oasis of Hope Louisiana is doing the Community Talent Showcase and Award Celebration that will be hosted by Dr. Lamore Goree as well as Mercedes. You guys, you do not want to miss this on August 25th at 6 p.m. This is going to be an amazing award showcase and a nice celebration. So it'll be great for a nice evening out. Tickets are $20, and guess what? You can purchase your tickets right here at Mentor Entertainment Studio. $20 for ages 6 and up. You can get those tickets right here. Sometimes people are just looking for something to do here in the city, where here's an opportunity for you to come out August 25th, 6 p.m. at the Riverview Theater, and that's at 600 Clyde Fant in Shreveport. It is a award celebration and talent showcase. If you want to know who's talented in Shreveport or what talent is in Shreveport, this is the place to be, and I will be there, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. It is truly an honor to be the host of your #1 podcast show here from Shreveport, Louisiana, Eve Speaks. I am grateful for you guys, and until Saturday, you guys have a great week, and I hope that you're just as on fire as I am to show yourself the appropriate self-love. Until we meet again, you guys have a great week.